Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to breathe in the possibility of this moment. This is not just another day. Today you declare it. Today you claim it. Today you claim it. You step forward and say with every fiber of your being, I am going to win. Now, when I say that, I don't just mean the trophies, the accolades, or the applause. Winning is about owning your destiny, commanding your energy, and rewriting the rules of your life. It's about stepping into the truth of who you are, because let me tell you something, your potential is limitless. But here's the kicker, winning doesn't come to those who hope for it. It doesn't show up for those who casually knock on the door of greatness. Winning is reserved for those who are relentless, resilient, and ready to take action in a way. Are you ready? Are you really ready? Because the world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe everything to yourself to rise up and claim what's already yours. Let me tell you something about the power of a decision. Most people think they're making decisions, but they're not. They're hesitating, they're wavering, they're testing the waters. That's not deciding, that's delaying your destiny. When you decide with certainty, you cut off all other options. In fact, the word decide comes from the Latin decider, which literally means to cut off. You sever every excuse, every backup plan, every fear that's been whispering in your ear. Because when you leave a back door open, guess what? Your mind will find it. It'll run for the exit at the first sign of struggle. Certainty isn't about knowing the exact path. It's about trusting that no matter what happens, you'll figure it out. You'll adapt. You'll pivot. You'll grow. The strongest force in the human personality is the need to remain consistent with who we believe we are. So when you decide that you are a winner, that you are unstoppable, your mind and body will align with that identity. Think about it. Every great leader, every visionary, every game changer in history, they all had one thing in common. They decided. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They didn't sit around and hope for a sign. They decided they were going to make it happen. And then they burned the boats, leaving no room for retreat. Now, you might be thinking, but what if I make the wrong decision? Let me tell you, there are no wrong decisions when you're fully committed. Even if the path isn't perfect, even if it's filled with challenges, your certainty will create the momentum you need to succeed. And that momentum, that's what separates the winners from everyone else. Certainty isn't about guarantees. It's about faith. Faith in your ability to figure it out. Faith that every step, every challenge, every detour is working for you, not against you. When you decide with certainty, you're no longer waiting for circumstances to align. You're declaring, I will make this happen. And the world will respond to that energy. Doors you didn't even know existed will begin to open. Opportunities will show up. People will be drawn to your confidence, your clarity, your conviction. Why? Because certainty is magnetic. It pulls resources, people, and ideas into your orbit. But let's be real here. Certainty isn't comfortable. It's not always easy. It means silencing the doubts, the fears, the second guessing that will inevitably creep in. It means stepping into the unknown with a level of belief that most people don't have. That's why most people don't win. They never decide. They never commit. They live in the land of maybe, and let me tell you, that's where dreams go to die. Deciding with certainty doesn't mean you won't feel fear. It means you'll act in spite of it. It's standing at the edge of your comfort zone, looking out into the vast unknown and saying, I'm going for it anyway. Because here's the truth, waiting for certainty in the world around you is a recipe for staying stuck. Certainty comes from within. It's a choice, not a condition. So what's it going to be? Are you going to dabble, or are you going to commit? Are you going to tiptoe around the edges of your potential, or are you going to dive in head first? The moment you decide, truly decide, everything changes. Your focus sharpens. Your energy amplifies. Your actions align. Because when you decide with certainty, you're no longer trying, you're doing. And doing creates results. Results create belief, and belief, that's the fuel that will keep you moving long after the initial excitement fades. This isn't about hoping. This isn't about wishing. This is about a decision so powerful, so final, that it leaves no room for failure. When you decide with certainty, you don't just say, I want this. You say, this is already mine, I just need to claim it. So what's your decision? Are you ready to cut off the excuses, the distractions, the doubts? Because once you decide, truly decide, you step into a new reality. A reality where success is no longer a possibility, it's an inevitability. Decide, not tomorrow, not later, right now, because your future depends on it. Let me ask you something. Why are you here? Why are you doing what you do? Why are you chasing that goal, building that dream, fighting for that vision? And I don't mean the surface level answer, the one you've rehearsed 100 times. I'm talking about the real, raw, gut-wrenching reason. The one that makes your heart pound, your chest tighten, and your eyes well up with tears. That's your why. Your why is the fuel behind the fire. It's what separates the people who try from the people who triumph. It's what keeps you moving when the odds are stacked against you, when the world says no, and when every part of you wants to quit. Without a why, you're just coasting. With a why, you're unstoppable. But here's the thing. Most people don't own their why. They think they know it, but they don't. They settle for vague ideas. I want to be successful. I want to make more money. I want to be happy. That's not a why. That's a wish list. A real why. It's personal. It's emotional. It's something so deep, so powerful that it shakes you to your core. So what's your why? Is it your family? Is it proving to yourself that you're capable of more? Is it leaving a legacy, breaking a cycle, or creating a life you don't need to escape from? Whatever it is, it's got to matter. It's got to matter so much that it drowns out every excuse, every fear, every doubt that tries to stop you. You see, when you own your why, you own your power. You stop making decisions based on convenience and start making them based on commitment. You stop looking for the easy way and start creating the right way. And that's when everything changes. Your why isn't just a motivator, it's a compass. It gives you direction when you're lost, focus when you're distracted, and strength when you're weak. But here's the deal, your why can't just live in your head. It has to live in your heart, your body, your soul. You've got to feel it. You've got to embody it. You've got to remind yourself of it every single day. Think about this. Why do some people achieve the impossible while others give up at the first sign of difficulty? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not resources. It's their why. A strong enough why can overcome anyhow. A strong enough why will make you find a way no matter what. But owning your why isn't passive. It's active. It's about revisiting it, refining it, and reigniting it whenever life tries to dim your light. It's about asking yourself, why does this matter to me? Why am I willing to go through the pain, the sacrifice, the grind? Because if your why doesn't make you emotional, it's not big enough. If your why doesn't light a fire in your belly, it's not deep enough. Your why is your anchor. It's what holds you steady in the storm. And trust me, the storms will come. There will be days when the grind feels too hard, the setbacks feel too heavy, and the finish line feels too far. But if your why is strong enough, you won't just survive those days, you'll conquer them. Owning your why means making it non-negotiable. It means saying this isn't just something I want, it's something I need. It's about understanding that your why isn't just about you. It's bigger than you. It's about the impact you'll make, the lives you'll touch, the legacy you'll leave. And let me tell you this, your why will evolve. It'll grow as you grow. It'll deepen as you deepen. But the one thing that will never change is the fact that your why is the engine of your life. It's the reason you get up when you're knocked down. It's the reason you say yes when the world says no. It's the reason you keep going when most people would quit. So ask yourself right now, what's your why? And are you owning it, or are you letting it slip through your fingers? Because when you own your why, truly own it, you tap into a force that is unstoppable, unshakable, and undeniable. Let me tell you something that will change the way you approach every single challenge in your life. Your state is everything. What do I mean by state? I mean the physical, mental, and emotional energy you bring to this moment, this decision, this action. Your state determines how you think, how you feel, and ultimately how you perform. It's the foundation of every success and every failure. Here's the truth. Success doesn't start with strategy. It starts with state. You can have the best plan in the world, the most brilliant idea, the perfect opportunity staring you in the face. But if you're in a lousy state, if you're tired, frustrated, overwhelmed, you'll find a way to mess it up. On the flip side, if you're in a peak state, energized, focused, unstoppable, you'll turn even the smallest opportunity into massive results. Most people don't get this. They think their state is something that just happens to them, something they have no control over. I feel tired. I'm having a bad day. I'm not in the mood. Let me tell you right now, that's a lie. Your state is not a result of your circumstances. It's a result of your choices. You don't wait for a good state, you create it. How do you do that? Let's start with the simplest, most powerful tool you have, your body. Your physiology is the fastest way to shift your state. Think about it when you're feeling defeated. How are you holding your body? Shoulders slumped, head down, shallow breathing. Of course, your body is signaling defeat. Now flip the script. Stand tall, shoulders back, take a deep breath. Feel the difference. That's not just a feeling, that's science. Motion creates emotion. If you want to feel powerful, move powerfully. If you want to feel confident, hold yourself like a champion. Your body and your mind are connected. Change one and the other will follow. But it's not just about your body, it's about your focus. Where is your attention? Are you dwelling on what's wrong, what's missing, what might go wrong? If you focus on the negative, guess what? You'll feel negative. Your focus is like a magnifying glass that expands whatever you aim it at. So aim it at what you want, not what you fear. Ask yourself empowering questions. Instead of why is this happening to me, ask what can I learn from this? How can I grow? What's the next best step I can take right now? Your brain is a problem-solving machine. Give it the right questions and it will give you the right answers. And then there's language. The words you use to describe your experience become your experience. If you say I'm destroyed, you'll feel destroyed. But if you say I'm challenged, but I'm ready to rise, you'll feel the shift immediately. Language shapes meaning and meaning shapes your state. Now let's talk about rituals. What are you doing every day to prime your state? Are you waking up and scrolling through negativity, or are you starting your day with intention, gratitude, and movement? Winners don't leave their state to chance, they design it. They have rituals that charge them up, that set the tone for the day, that create momentum before they even step out the door. Here's the thing, your state is contagious. When you're in a powerful state, you don't just change your own life, you change the lives of everyone around you. You inspire, you uplift, you lead. People are drawn to energy, to confidence, to certainty. That's why shifting your state isn't just about you, it's about the impact you're here to make. And let's be clear, life will test you. There will be moments when your state is under attack, when fear, doubt, and stress try to take over. That's when you've got to step up. That's when you've got to remind yourself, I control my state. My circumstances do not define me. My emotions do not control me. I am the master of my state. Because when you shift your state, you shift your life. You access a level of energy, creativity, and resilience that most people never tap into. You stop reacting and you start creating. You stop surviving and you start thriving. So the question is, are you willing to take control? Are you willing to do whatever it takes to shift your state no matter what's happening around you? Because the moment you do, you step into your power. And in that state, there's nothing you can't achieve. Let me tell you right now, if you want to change your life, if you want to build something extraordinary, if you want to achieve what most people only dream of, there is no substitute for massive action. Not some action. Not a little bit of effort. Not when it feels right or when the stars align. I'm talking about relentless, unstoppable, all in, leave nothing on the table action. The kind of action that makes people around you stop and say, what is this person on? The kind of action that turns dreams into results and ideas into reality. Here's the deal. Nothing happens until you move. Nothing. You can have the clearest vision, the best plan, the most incredible opportunities, but if you don't execute, it's all meaningless. The difference between success and failure isn't intelligence, resources, or talent, it's action. And not just any action, massive action. Massive action is about doing more than what's comfortable, more than what's expected, more than what you think you're capable of. It's about going all in over and over again until the universe has no choice but to give you what you're fighting for. But let me ask you this, what stops most people from taking action? It's not the lack of resources, it's the lack of resourcefulness. It's fear, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of making the wrong move. Let me tell you something, the only wrong move is doing nothing. Sitting on the sidelines, waiting for the perfect moment, that's a real failure. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need to know every step. You just need to start. Massive action creates momentum, and momentum is the most powerful force in the world. When you take action, even small steps, you create energy, and that energy builds on itself, carrying you forward faster and further than you ever thought possible. Now, massive action isn't about being busy, it's about being effective. It's about focusing on what matters most, on the needle movers, on the actions that will create the biggest impact. Don't confuse activity with productivity. You can spin your wheels all day and go nowhere, or you can take targeted, intentional action and make massive progress. But let's be real, massive action isn't easy. It's not always fun. It's not always convenient. There will be times when you're exhausted, when you're discouraged, when you feel like giving up. That's when you double down. That's when you remind yourself why you started. That's when you dig deep and push harder. Because here's the truth, the world rewards effort. It rewards grit. It rewards the people who are willing to do what others won't. While everyone else is waiting, doubting, or hesitating, you are moving. While everyone else is making excuses, you are creating results. And let me tell you something magical about massive action. It transforms you. It's not just about what you achieve, it's about who you become in the process. Every step you take, every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome makes you stronger, smarter, and more resilient. Massive action isn't just a path to success, it's a path to mastery. But here's the key, you can't stop. You can't rest on yesterday's wins. Massive action is a lifestyle, not a one-time event. It's waking up every day and asking yourself, what's the next move? How can I push further? How can I grow, contribute, and create at an even higher level? And don't wait for inspiration to strike. Action doesn't follow motivation. Motivation follows action. When you start moving, when you start creating, when you start doing, the energy will come. The excitement will come. The belief will come. But you have to start. Start where you are with what you have and make it happen. Because here's the truth. Life isn't waiting for you. The clock is ticking. The opportunities are here right now. And the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the action you're willing to take. So let me ask you, are you ready to move? Are you ready to step up, lean in, and go all out? Because the moment you do, everything changes. Momentum takes over. Doors open. Results appear. And suddenly what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. Let me tell you something most people are terrified to hear. Failure is not your enemy. It's your greatest ally. Think about it. Every single success story, every innovation, every breakthrough you've ever heard of was built on a foundation of failure. Failure isn't a stop sign. It's a guidepost. It's the universe saying, not this way, try another. It's life giving you the lessons you need to grow, to adapt, to evolve. The problem is most people are so afraid of failing that they never even tried. They let the fear of looking bad, the fear of making a mistake, the fear of falling short keep them stuck in the same place. But here's the truth. The only true failure is standing still. The only way you truly lose is if you stop learning. So let's reframe failure right now. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process. It's feedback. It's data. It's the information you make better decisions, to take smarter actions, to become stronger and more capable than you were before. When you embrace failure as feedback, you stop seeing it as a personal attack. You stop attaching your self-worth to your outcomes. Failure doesn't mean you're not good enough. It means you're growing. It means you're in the arena, taking risks, playing the game. And let me tell you something. The people who win big in life are the ones who are willing to fail big again and again until they figure it out. But here's the key. Failure only becomes feedback when you reflect on it. When you ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What worked? What didn't? What's the next step? If you don't take the time to extract the lessons, failure can feel like a dead end. But when you do, it becomes a stepping stone. Think about it. How do you learn to walk? By falling. How do you learn to ride a bike? By crashing. How do you master any skill, achieve any goal, or overcome any obstacle? By failing forward. You try, you stumble, you adjust, and you try again. You see, failure isn't the end, it's the beginning. It's where the real growth happens. It's where you discover your resilience, your creativity, your ability to adapt and overcome. Failure strips away the unnecessary and forces you to focus on what really matters. But here's the thing, you have to welcome failure. You have to run toward it, not away from it. Most people are so obsessed with avoiding failure that they never realize they're also avoiding success. The bigger the risks you take, the bigger the potential rewards, and yes, the bigger the potential failures. But that's the price of greatness. And let's get real, the most successful people in the world don't have fewer failures, they have more. They've just learned to embrace them, to use them as fuel, to turn them into stepping stones instead of stumbling blocks. They've learned that every failure brings them one step closer to the result they're after. So stop fearing failure, start chasing it, start seeing it as a necessary part of the process, because when you embrace failure as feedback, you become unstoppable. You stop hesitating. You stop second guessing. You start taking bold, massive action, knowing that even if you fall, you're forward. And here's the beautiful part. The more you fail, the less you fear it. You start to see failure for what it really is, a tool, a teacher, a necessary step on the road to success. You stop taking it personally and start using it strategically. You stop avoiding it and start seeking it out. Because every failure is a chance to grow. Every failure is a chance to get better. Every failure is a chance to rewrite the story, to redefine what's possible, to rise higher than you ever thought you could. So let me ask you, are you willing to fail? Are you willing to risk looking foolish, falling short, or making mistakes if it means growing stronger, smarter, and more resilient? Because the moment you say yes to failure, you say yes to life, you say yes to progress. You say yes to success. Embrace failure as feedback and watch how fast your world transforms. Success isn't a mystery. It's not magic. It's not luck. Success is the result of what you do consistently, day in and day out. It's the product of your habits, your rituals, your routines. And let me tell you something, champions are not made in the moments of glory, they're made in the hours of preparation. If you want to win at the highest level, if you want to dominate your field, if you want to create a life of fulfillment, joy, and impact, it starts with what you do when no one is watching. It starts with your routine. Here's the truth. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary isn't talent, it's commitment. It's discipline. It's the daily choices you make to show up, even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient, even when you don't feel like it. Because your routine is your foundation. It's what sets you up for success or failure before the day even begins. Champions don't wake up and hope for the best. They don't leave their day to chance. They design their routine with purpose, with intention, with clarity. They know that how you start your day is how you live your life. So let me ask you, how are you starting your day? Are you hitting snooze, scrolling through negativity, reacting to the world before you've even had a chance to set your own tone? Or are you taking charge? Are you setting yourself up for peak energy, focus, and performance? A champion's routine begins the moment they wake up. It starts with gratitude, because when you're in a state of gratitude, fear and doubt can't exist. It starts with movement, because motion creates emotion, and your physiology drives your psychology. It starts with clarity, because if you don't know your priorities, the world will decide them for you. But it doesn't stop there. A champion's routine isn't just about the morning, it's about every moment. It's about how you manage your energy throughout the day. It's about how you handle setbacks, distractions, and challenges. It's about creating rituals that keep you at your best, no matter what's happening around you. And let me tell you this, a champion's routine isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become. Every action, every habit, every choice is a vote for the person you're becoming. Are you voting for your future self, or are you sabotaging it? Champions understand that success is not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things consistently. They focus on the 20% of actions that create 8% of the results. They eliminate distractions, automate the trivial, and double down on what matters most. But here's the kicker, a champion's routine isn't static. It evolves, it grows with you. It adapts to new challenges, new goals, new opportunities. Champions are constantly refining their routine, what's working. What's not, how can I get better? And don't get it twisted, building a champion's routine isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about showing up, even when it's messy, even when it's hard. It's about building momentum one small habit at a time, until those habits compound into massive results. A champion's routine is not just about action, it's about mindset. It's about the rituals that keep you focused, the habits that keep you disciplined, the choices that keep you aligned with your vision. It's about feeding your mind with positivity, training your body for strength and resilience, and nurturing your soul with purpose and connection. And let me tell you this, a champion's routine isn't just about you. It's about the people you impact, the example you set, the legacy you create. When you live like a champion, you inspire others to do the same. So ask yourself, what's your routine? Are your habits building you up or tearing you down? Are your rituals empowering you or holding you back? Are you designing your life with intention, or are you letting life design you? Because when you build a champion's routine, you don't just create success, you create a life of purpose, passion, and impact. You step into your power and you show the world what's possible. Let me tell you something right now. Success is not about how smart you are. It's not about how lucky you are. It's not even about how talented you are. Success is about one thing above all, grit. What is grit? It's your ability to stay in the game when everyone else gives up. It's your willingness to push forward when the road gets rough, the obstacles get bigger, and the doubts start creeping in. Grit is not just perseverance, it's the relentless, unshakable determination to keep going no matter what. You see, life doesn't hand out participation trophies, it tests you, it challenges you. It throws curveballs, roadblocks, and storms your way. And in those moments, grit is what separates the winners from the quitters. Talent might get you started, but grit is what keeps you in the race when others fall behind. Here's the truth. We all have grit inside us. It's there waiting to be unleashed. But most people never tap into it because they're too comfortable, too afraid of failure, too worried about what others might think. Let me tell you something. Comfort is the killer of greatness. If you want to unleash your inner grit, you've got to get uncomfortable. You've got to face the pain, the fear, the resistance head on and say, bring it on. Grit isn't just about endurance. It's about passion. It's about connecting to something bigger than yourself, something worth fighting for. Because when you're clear on your why, no challenge is too big, no setback is too painful, no failure is final. Grit comes from purpose, and a purpose gives you power. But let's be real, grit isn't glamorous, it's not flashy, it's not the highlight reel on social media. Grit is the grind. It's the late nights, the early mornings, the moments when no one is cheering for you, but you keep going anyway. It's the inner dialogue where you tell yourself, I've got this, even when the world is telling you otherwise. And grit isn't about never falling. It's about getting back up every single time. It's about seeing failure not as a stopping point, but as a stepping stone. It's about using every setback as fuel, every rejection as a redirection, every obstacle as an opportunity to rise higher. Here's the thing about grit. It grows. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you push through discomfort, every time you keep going when it would be easier to quit, you're building your grit. And the stronger your grit, the more unstoppable you become. But grit doesn't happen by accident. It's a choice. It's a decision you make every single day to show up, to give your best, to fight for what matters. It's the mindset of saying, I don't care how hard this gets, I'm not stopping until I win. And let me tell you this, grit isn't just for you. When you unleash your inner grit, you inspire others to do the same. You show them what's possible. You become a beacon of strength, resilience, and determination in a world that desperately needs it. So how do you unleash your inner grit? You start by embracing the struggle. You stop running from challenges and start running toward them. You reframe every obstacle as an opportunity, every failure as feedback, every moment of discomfort as a moment of growth. You surround yourself with people who challenge you, who push you, who refuse to let you settle for less than your best. Because grit isn't just an individual pursuit, it's contagious. When you're around people with grit, you level up your own game. And most importantly, you commit. You commit to your vision, your goals, your values. You commit to the process, not just the outcome, because grit isn't about instant gratification, it's about long-term greatness. It's about playing the long game, staying the course, and refusing to quit, no matter how long it takes. So let me ask you, are you ready to unleash your inner grit? Are you ready to dig deep, push hard, and fight for the life you know you're capable of creating? Because when you do, there's nothing that can stop you. Grit is your superpower, and it's time to let it out. You've got everything you need inside of you right now. The keys to transformation, success, and fulfillment are not in some distant, unattainable place. They're within you. It's your mindset, your grit, your discipline, your purpose, your ability to embrace failure, and your willingness to take massive action that will shape your destiny. Decide with certainty that you are ready to claim the life you've always envisioned. Own your why with unwavering clarity because it's the fuel that keeps your fire burning. Shift your state and step into your best self every single day, regardless of external circumstances. Take massive, bold, relentless action, knowing that every step forward brings you closer to your dreams. Embrace failure as feedback as your greatest teacher, knowing that every stumble is a step toward mastery. Build a champion's routine that aligns with your vision and sets you up for success daily. And most importantly, unleash your inner grit, the relentless, unshakable determination to push through every obstacle and rise above every challenge. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Everything you've faced, every setback, every triumph has prepared you for this moment. The world is waiting for you to step up, to lead, to inspire, to create, and to contribute. So now is your time. Commit to yourself. Commit to your growth. Commit to your dreams. Because the moment you decide to own your power and take charge of your life, nothing can stop you. Go out there and make it happen. The life you've been dreaming of isn't just possible, it's inevitable if you're willing to claim it. Let's go.